I'm going to go over two tickers, Tesla and UNH. Trader Marat says, please see the golden cross on the daily time frame for Tesla, and for UNH, that should go up ASAP. So what is happening with Tesla? First, I'm going to give you the price targets on the 5-minute time frame. This is for Tuesday. So we are right here. To the north side, takes us back to the middle of the trend and the baseline, and that is roughly $319.78, and that is resistance. Above that, at another level of resistance and a potential take profit area, and also a sell limit area, 324.02, and at 3 standard deviations, that is roughly 326.19. And should we be so lucky as to get to 4 standard deviations on Tuesday, that would be roughly $328.34. Now to the south side, another level of support and a potential buy-in area, as well as a potential stop loss area, 315.59. This yellow line lines up with -3 standard deviations. It's an area we've been to in the past, 313.42-ish and 311.34. Now, I normally don't trade the moving averages because I trade differently, but this is the 200 and this is the 50. But since I'm still here on the 5, just note the RSI is still turning down, and this ticker has been in a downward channel, as you can see here, up in resistance, in this resistance area, and then we got slammed down to support. And what happens at support? People buy in, and look at this, started to run. This line is resistance, didn't quite make it there, and then we're chopping sideways, fell back to support, a clear area, and then went up to resistance, chopping sideways. But that's your sell signal, your sell signal, your sell signal, here, here, and here, if you wait for the exact hit, the exact target. Sometimes we get it and sometimes we don't. This gap closed out. This gap that I anticipated closed to the downside, and that took us to 322.73. So as you can see, we ripped up, and what goes up must come down. What goes down doesn't necessarily get back up again, but sometimes you got to get down to get back up. And this is potentially what is happening here. So we ran up and then we closed the gap, which is what we want to do, close it out. That is no longer in play. Let me move this out of the way. And then you can see we kind of chop sideways with resistance and then back down to support. And here, if we're down here, this turns on the way going up into resistance. Now let's take a look at the daily time frame, which is going to look like a nightmare on my chart because I do things differently. You're not going to be able to see it, and that's unfortunate. And I wish Marat would start his own channel too, because I would subscribe and check it out. He does great technical analysis. So you can't see it here because I, again, trade differently. And here is the red, and I assume, oh, right there. Okay, you can barely see it on my chart, but it's about to cross. So thank you so much for giving me that technical analysis. And that is a bullish chart pattern if you're an investor or a day trader, whatever it may be, but that is something positive. And boy, do we need some good things to roll on by with Tesla, because it's been stinking lately. Okay, but we are on an upward channel on the daily slightly here. I know it's hard to see, but here's the red, the white, and the blue, and this is the middle of the trend. So I'm going to give you my price targets to the upside, and that is 359.20. And to the south side, because there's always a south side, even though, you know, we have other patterns forming here. And that takes us back to an area we've been, and that is in that purple, and that is roughly 239.25. Hopefully we don't get that low, but that would be a great buy-in opportunity if you're waiting for a pullback. But right now we're in an upward channel with a golden cross, and then we have room to move to the upside. But right now on the daily, the RSI is turning down, so we could go down and then cross over again. But here are targets to the south side to be aware of. Oh, I guess I do have I do have Tesla, and I bought down here a long time ago, and I still have those shares. And let's look at this on the RSI on the weekly. So on the daily, we're turning down, still turning down on the weekly, and on the monthly, turning down. All right, but look in the past. Anytime we hit this area of resistance, you're going to see a pullback falling down there, the RSI. I just use that again as support and resistance. But where are we? Yeah, let's see, 317.66 right there on the weekly. So on the weekly, oh, that's like a hot mess. Forget it. The 1 year price target, okay, we've hit that at 311.12. Well, that's projecting to go down, okay? So we're at 317 to the downside 311 and 115. Oh my gosh. Yeah, right. And then to the upside $500. Yeah, I don't think Elon was invited to Bezos' wedding. Elon is wealthier than Bezos, and I've got to do, I would like to go over that chart later. Okay, now let's go over to UNH. Here we are on the 5. Oh, down here, let me reset this, option R. Oh, wait, can I reset? What's going on here? Stay on page, option R. Huh, very odd. Let's move this up again. All right, what is happening here? I have not looked at this one in a while. Let me just type United Health. I know I did that right. Oops. UNH. Yeah, United Health. I just want to see something. Just a moment. Huh. Why does that? Something happened to my chart. Just a second, I need to see something. Yeah, he says UNH should go up ASAP. So now I already marked out UNH and my markings are not there. How weird. All right, that's okay. So we are at 311. Oh, that's the daily. Let me just go back to the 5. So you go to the different time frames and it gets wonky on you. Okay, let's give you the price targets on the 5. Oh, look at that. My red, okay, red, white, my white line is missing. That's probably why I hit something. Okay, if you do something that you want to undo, just hit Command Z if you have a Mac. And that's what I'm using right now. So I think I just fixed it. Yeah. Okay, that's why I keep my color codes the same, because that way, when I look at this just very quickly, I can tell that something is wrong. Okay, so my lines are red, white, and blue, and the center line, the median, is green. All right, so now we're looking better, but this needs to be changed down to 311.97. Okay, here are your targets. To the north side, 313.95, 315.40, and 316.82. Support is going, one level of support is going to be 311.16. Another level of support, 308.34, 306.94, and roughly 305.39. Yeah, I have not looked at this in a while. This bled out. Okay, so this is a great, oh, it touched right there. Okay, that was on the 23rd. So that is no longer in play. So nice if you got it all the way down to 295.87, but the 52-week low is 248, so it's already started to run. That was a 52-week low, yeah. Okay. So we're in an upward channel right now after getting slammed down. So that's going to take us to 320. And while I'm here, I just want to look at the 1-year price target is 363.64, which represents a whopping 16%, 16.56% from where we are. And do we have gaps to the south side? I'm not sure, but I know that there's another gap, yep, right here to the upside. And that will take us to 378.87. Let's hit this. So after 363 is 440. Okay, now let me go to the daily. All right. So here's your 200, there's your 50. But it was Tesla that had that golden cross, not this one. Okay, so keep that in mind. But I want to give you price targets here while I'm on the daily. So the middle of the trend, because you're going to get different buy and sell signals, 424.44. And then just for giggles, long term after that, 569.10. It's hard to believe that we can get back to that level. 270.76, I think I had, yeah. Okay, and then the 52-week high is 630. And what's happening here as I yawn? I need to go to bed. I'll be traveling tomorrow. Oops, Command Z. And what is this? Okay, look at this. I am tracking a gap that closed because, again, I have not looked at this for a while. That took us down to 447.91. And I'm doing this on the daily, so I have to go back and fix it on the 5-minute because typically it doesn't line up. So let's get rid of that. Okay. That gap here closed out right there. That took us to 515.90. Delete. I don't know what this one is for. Maybe I have to see it on the other time frame. But I think, okay, 512, that one, I need to clean that one up because that one actually touched right over here. Again, I just extend and I have no idea where it takes us. So 512.38 is done. It's not there, it's actually here. And that closed on the 13th of December, 2024. Are you kidding me? I haven't gone back and marked this? Wow. The yellow line is from 2024, those levels we've been to. Okay, that does it for me. That is a look at Tesla and UNH. If there is a ticker you'd like me to go over, please let me know. And thank you to Marat for pointing out those two tickers. Have a great trading day.